All right, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be going over Red Yellow Sabo. We have not covered that in some time on the channel, guys. It has been a while since we covered Red Yellow Sabo, and we'll talk more about that as we get into today's video. Now, with that in mind, today we do have a Red Yellow Sabo version that is, or excuse me, it's a Straw Hat version of Red Yellow Sabo. I've been having some decent success with it on the sim, and we'll talk about that more as we get into the games. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive straight into the video because we have 8 games to go over, okay, guys? So let's do this. Excuse me. First things first, guys, we're going to check out the deck list. And actually, even before we check out the deck list, we're going to check out a deck list from OP09. Let me clarify that real quick. The version you're going to see mainly today on the channel, I've got a bunch of games lined up for us. It is an OP10 EB02, you know, fully legal in the East format deck, or however you'd say that. So I do want to say that up front. This is more in preparation for OP10. But before we get into that, we're going to show off a list that won in OP09 running the Trigger Rush Aggro list. Guys, that list is still very good. We'll check that out first. After that, we will hop over to the deck list that we're going to be showing off in today's video, the majority of the video. And then we will finish out with, we'll finish the video off by going over the deck list one more time, and I'll give you guys an idea of what I think about it going forward and all that good stuff. Okay? So that's about it, guys. I'll have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links in the comments section below. You guys know how that works. Excuse me. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below as well, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link is in the channel description. Okay, now let's do this. Let's get into this video. We got a lot to talk about today, guys. We got a lot to talk about. And first up will be this. It will be, well, once I get this out of the way, what is this, right, guys? Here we go. So first up, we have a list that came out about 2 weeks ago at the time of recording this video on February 6th. Running a straight-up Trigger Rush Aggro list, guys. It's running, you know, Red Yellow Sabo, of course. We'll talk about what the leader does in a minute. But this is a version, big shout out. Yeah, you know, I got to give credit where it's due to Ricky G. He's someone who's in the Discord who first submitted this list. Well, not this exact list, obviously. This is not him who played this, but he's the first person that I really started pushing on the channel for a list they made that was just incredible, and it was something I had not come up with, and it's just very good. It's a Trigger Rush Aggro list, and watch this, guys. 4 Cracker, 4 Smoothie, 4 Paraspero, 4 Sanji, 4 Satori, 2 Kikanojo, 4 Nekamamushi, 2 Frankie, 4 Nami, 4 Kuma, and then you have 10 rushers down here with Luffy, Zoro, and Killer, Kid and Killer, that is, and then 4 Lindbergh. So, guys, legitimately, I don't know if you noticed, it's running 10 rush cards, and then everything else is a trigger card, and the only card that's not a trigger body is this Nami, but this is just an incredible card, let's just be honest, but everything else is a trigger body. Now, some are conditional, like Frankie, Nekamamushi, Okiku, and Kuma. Those are conditional trigger bodies, and sometimes you will hit those when you don't want to hit them, but hey, it is what it is. But the rest have clauses like this for the trigger where you just trash a card and that card's going on the board. Very, very strong deck, guys, and I think this one will do very well even still into OP10. And we'll talk about that, you know, as we get into this next part here. So I wanted to show that off. Really cool list here. Check it out on OnePieceTopDecks.com if you want to see it. Go to OnePieceTopDecks.com. I'll try to link this in the comments section if I remember, guys. But otherwise, go to OnePieceTopDecks.com, click on deck list. Click on the State of the Game English format. That's what we're in, right? OP09. That's where we are. Go to OP09. Scroll down a little bit. Go to February 6th. February 6th results right here. It's this one. And like I said, I don't know how big this tournament was, guys. It doesn't show how many people were at it. It doesn't show the matchups or even how many rounds there were. But here it is, guys. Really cool list here. Really good stuff. Congratulations to this person. And, of course, big shout-out to my guy Ricky G, my buddy in the Discord who came up with this original design for Trigger Rush Aggro Red Yellow Sabo. Now, going over to the list for today, this is what we're going to be messing around with today. And before we get into this, I have to say something up front here about Red Yellow Sabo. It is struggling. Okay, this sucker's on life support, right? We did have a Red Yellow Sabo stream last night here on the channel from 9 p.m. Eastern all the way till 12. We did a 3-hour stream of Red Yellow Sabo, and I really laid out what I thought about it. And guys, I just don't think it's in a great place going into OP10. In OP09, I guess it is still okay, especially the Trigger Rush Aggro version we've talked about, we've looked at. But in general, like generally speaking, I think Red Yellow Sabo is struggling a little bit. I think the best versions to play right now going into OP10 would be the Trigger Rush Aggro list and probably what you see on the screen here. I think these are kind of your go-to options, and they're both very aggressive. If you guys come up with a mid-range or control version that works very well, either A, share it on the Discord, or B, share it in the comment section, or C, share it on both. If you have something that's working in OP10, so remember what that means, guys. We're talking about on the East meta on the sim here. Like if you're on the lobby screen, let me go back real quick. If you're looking at the front lobby, if it loads back in, there we go. Let's see if it's like locked out. There we go. If you're on the front screen here and you click on multiplayer and click on East, I'm talking about on the East, not the West. We're talking about on the East, right? So if you have a list for Red Yellow Sabo that is working very well in the East right now, that's not what I'm already talking about with the Trigger Rush Aggro or this Straw Hat version deck we're going to be looking at today, please share it with us so we can keep this project going. Because one more thing I have to mention, guys, is I'm thinking around OP10 we might be starting up a new arc here on the channel. Yes, we're going to keep Red Yellow Sabo. We're going to be keeping Red Yellow Sabo going on the side. Of course, I have a whole channel in my Discord dedicated to it. We even have resources on there to check out how the stats are. I haven't checked the stats in a while, guys. My apologies. I just haven't had the time. But hear me out. You know, the Red Yellow Sabo is not going anywhere. This leader's effect is so generic and good. This is an evergreen leader effect where I can just keep using it. Right? We just have to keep finding the best way to use the leader into each new meta. However, I have, there's a new leader in town coming out in OP10 that has really piqued my interest, and it is Green Yellow Trafalgar Law Supernovas, right? So I will be messing with that quite a bit in the future, but don't worry, we're still going to be going over Sabo, right? We're still going to be covering Sabo, but probably not as much as we were before, if that makes sense, okay, guys? Don't be mad at me. The same thing happened when I did Black Yellow Linlin, okay? Black Yellow Linlin's time in the sun was, it was glorious when it was there, and then it kind of faded off a little bit, and who knows, Black Yellow Linlin might pop back up in the future, depending on the support we get. That's how this game is with the leaders and with the new cards and support for new types, right? Or even for old types and old leaders. So we'll see what happens. And this leader, I do think is still pretty decent in OP10. It's not as good as it used to be, okay? There has been a little bit of power creep in the game, but at the same time, it is still solid. There's going to be a few versions that I think will be completely fine. Probably top of B tier, maybe low A tier, depending on how good the pilot is and how good your opponent is into the matchup. So with that in mind, let's go over today's build, right, for Red Yellow Sabo. So this is a full Straw Hat build for Red Yellow Sabo. We've got 2 Sanjis in here, 2K counter for the Nami matchup. That's all this is here for, is for the Nami matchup specifically. Then we have 4 Nami Searchers, of course. 2 Zoro. Only 2 Zoro because I am trying to use this new Zoro, the 4-cost 5K from ST21. I do think this card gives us a lot of potential, the way it cheats out some of the characters in this deck. But here's the thing, guys. This cannot cheat out yellow characters. It can only cheat out red characters, and they cannot have the name Roronoa Zoro. So what do? We only have 2 Zoros because of that. Now, now we're also running 4 Sanji, right? This is a Straw Hat searchable card here. It looks like Nami, but it's actually Sanji. And this card is basically a 3-cost, 6,000 power character on our turn. And if we need to let it go, we can draw a card from it. That's fine as well. And 1K counter, searchable, all that good stuff. Next up is kind of one of the new stars of the show. This new Tony Chopper here is absolutely incredible. This card is very good, right? This card is very, very strong, right? It is a 4-cost, 6,000 power, 2K counter blocker. We'll take it every single time. And if we buff this with our leader effect, it will be an 8,000 power blocker. Seems good, right? Seems good. Next up, 2K counter, promo Luffy. This is not required, guys. If you don't have access to this card, just literally get more Sanjis, either of these 2 Sanjis or even 2 Brooks, whatever you want to do. It can just be any other searchable 2K counter for Straw Hat, okay? This Luffy is very good, though. We're running 2 of these and 4 of the new Luffy we'll talk about in a moment. This Luffy is very important for the deck because it is a searchable rusher that can get through blockers. Very, very important card here. And it is also something we can cheat out with this 2-cost Luffy that we're running as a 3 of. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Next up is a new 2K counter Sanji. This is an ST21 card. It says choose up to one of your Straw Hat crew type characters with a power of 6,000 or more. And during this turn, your opponent cannot activate blocker when that character attacks. So guys, this can be used, remember, it does not say base power of 6,000 or more, so you can use it on any of your characters. Okay, any of your Straw Hat characters, that is. So you don't need to use it on this Luffy, but any of the others you can use it on, and now they're swinging through unblockable. Seems really good. Make sure you buff them to 6,000 first, though. Again, unless there's some kind of translational error, someone tell me in the comment section below if there is. But unless there's some kind of translational error, it does not say with a base power of 6,000. So you can buff any of these characters. Any of them, guys, you can buff them. Well, excuse me, other than this Luffy, because he is GY Kingdom, not Straw Hat Crew. But any of these Straw Hat characters up here, you can buff to 6,000, give them unblockable, and buff them any further than that you want to. Okay, because it does say 6,000 power or more. Okay, then we have the new Luffy. This is probably the best support that Red Yellow Sabo has gotten in a very, very long time. This character is very solid, and for a long time I thought, hey, we're going to have to go with the GY Kingdom version of Sabo to really get full value from this card. And that did not pan out well, guys. I mean, hey, tell me if you get a GY Kingdom version working for you. Share the list, like I've been saying. You know, put it in either the Discord under the deck theory crafting or in Red Yellow Sabo stats, or put it under the in the comment section of this video. So that's that. This is a 5-cost 7K rusher, guys. That's how you need to interpret it. Just make sure you have a Rested Dawn card when you attack with this card. Okay, very strong card here. Next up is Zoro. This is one of the new cards in the deck. This is our 4-drop. Guys, understand, do not read this card as a 6-cost 7K rusher. It has that ability, but you need to see this card as a 4-cost 5K that has a on-KO effect to replace it if they remove it. I would not see this card as a 4-cost, or excuse me, as a 6-cost 7K rusher, even though you can do that as well. It's not bad, but I would see it more as a 4-cost 5K that you can just throw down that has a lot of durability, because if they pop your card, look at the targets you can cheat out, guys. This Luffy, you can cheat out the Searcher if you need to, right? It just has to be a 6,000 power character or below, right? Or a 6,000 base power or less. So we can cheat out this Nami for search if we need to. We cannot cheat out the Zoro because they have the same name. That is a restriction on the card. We can cheat out this Sanji, though, this Chopper, this 2K counter Luffy, this Sanji if you want to. I don't know why you would, but hey, if you want to, sure. Or even this Luffy. So we have some very, very decent targets we can cheat out, especially the Luffys. Those are the main cards to try to cheat out. Or even potentially this Tony Chopper as a big, big blocker, and even this Sanji. So honestly, guys, we have 4, 8, 12, about 14 decent targets that we can cheat out that are really good. And this Luffy's not bad either, because remember, guys, Dawn ×2 on your turn. If you put 2 Dawn on this character, he's a 7,000 power character, because he'll gain 2,000 power on your turn in addition to the Dawn ×2. So he becomes a 3-cost 7,000 power character by just attaching 2 Dawn, which is really, really good. And it's a 2K counter. We can search it up and all that good stuff. Next up, this is an EB02 card, guys. This new Sanji, excuse me. He is, of course, a 5-cost. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not yet, but I have mentioned this card before, and he is a 5-cost 6K, 1K counter blocker. That's already pretty good for what we're trying to do. Now, unfortunately, we can't cheat out with Zoro because it has to be a red character for this effect, but still, guys, on play, if you have 2 or less life, draw 2, trash 1. Guys, we'll take that legitimately. We'll take it every single time. Right, very good stuff here. Next up, we have Onami. I did need to add a few cards that had triggers on them so I could get some value from this Nami. This is the only card in the deck that is not searchable, guys, other than this Monkey D. Luffy by Nami. It cannot. This is a GY Kingdom, and this is Nami. They have the same name. This Nami does not have the same name as this Nami. That's right, guys. Very, very confusing. I know, very technical, but you have to go off the name on the card. So this card's name is Onami, and this card's name is Nami. Yes, I realize they're the same character, but per the rules in the game, this character cannot search up cards with the exact bracketed name Nami. Okay, so we can't search this card up, but we can search this one up. This one is a trigger, by the way, which is very nice. We can pop a 5 or less. We can give our stuff banish on a turn, and then we can also trash it later with this Nami. Seems good. Frankie, 2K counter, has lots of extra value in the deck. It's a 2K counter, searchable, trigger to draw a card, and potentially play it if you're down to one or less life when you activate it. Excuse me. And then also, it's a trigger we can trash with Nami's effect. Next up is Nico Robin. This is a 6-cost 6K trigger card as well. And this doesn't have a lot of cards that can cheat out in this deck, so that is very limiting, and we'll talk more about that at the end of the video, because this is the one card I think that's kind of on the chopping block, where it's like, I don't know if this one's going to make it into my next video for Straw Hat Crew, but we'll have to see what happens, because we do need a decent amount of Straw Hat searchable cards that are triggers, right, for our Nami. So we'll see what we can do here. We'll have to figure it out. But other than that, the card's not bad. You will see it in action in today's video. It's just maybe there's a better option out there. Because I wish we could do something with the trigger. There's only 2 cards in this entire deck we can cheat out with the trigger. It has to be a yellow 3-cost or lower character. So that's literally Onami. That on play effect does nothing on defense, right? And then it's this Luffy. Which this is not bad because this sets up a very big turn for us on the next turn where we could play out a Luffy, swing in, life it, and we've already saved 2 Dawn. So that's actually massive. This one's really not bad at all. It's not necessarily incredible, but it's really not bad. But other than that, we don't really have any good targets to cheat out with the Nika Robin, unfortunately. So then we do have the Luffy here. People know what this does. We're going to buff the power of our leader. Very strong. It allows us to get major value from our 5-cost Luffys. This one and this one, right? The unblockable and the one that buffs. And then last but not least, 2 Radical Beams, because why not? It's a searchable Straw Hat card. It has a trigger. We can trash it with Nami if we need to, and it can just flat out win you a game. It can just flat out win you a game if you need the counter power. Okay? All right, guys, that's the list. Let's go ahead and hop into these games because we do have quite a few games to go over. First game up here is going to be the only deck that is not the list we just looked at. Okay, this is going to be a Trigger Rush aggro list, and then all of the rest will be the Straw Hat version we just looked at. Okay, so here we go. Volume is off, speed is on 2x, and here we go. We got a game versus Red Green Smoker. Okay, and this, like I said, this is the one game we're playing that does not have the Straw Hat version we're showing off in today's video. We have 8 games, though. Don't worry, guys. So this is one of them, and then the other 7 are going to be the Straw Hat version. So Smoker here, they're going to go ahead and play out their Sanji, put a Dawn on it to stand 2 Dawn as active, swing for 7. We take it. What just happened there? Did I just mess something up? Hang on, guys. Oh, yeah, I think I clicked I clicked take and do the trigger too quickly, and I just trashed the card for no reason, guys. Whoopsie daisy. That was not intended to happen with the Kuma. That was just an actual play mistake, whoopsie daisy, or just a mistake, like a double click there. I wasn't paying enough attention or something. So we swung in for 7. They take it. We're swinging in for 8. They're going to 2K, and here we go. Let's see what they do next here. They have 6 Dawn to operate with on this turn, but remember how the leader effect works. They might actually have something more like 7 Dawn, 7 or 8 Dawn. We'll see. Okay, we know what the top card is. We said there, it's a Parasparrow. They're going to play out the Smoker, stand up 3 Dawn. Yep, so they really had about 8 Dawn to work with this turn, or 9 or something, or what? Wait, 5, 4, 6. Yeah, it was basically 9 Dawn to work with there. Okay, so here we go. We're going to swing 7 into face, guys. We're not going for their board. You know, I don't know what to tell this person, but we're not going for your board. We're swinging in for 7. We're swinging in for 7. Then we're going to life this card here, and we're going to go in for 8. It is their turn. They're going to 2K out, or whatever, that a bunch of 2Ks to get out of that. And, guys, we're setting up lethal for next turn. Look, we have another Kid Killer in our hand. We have 3 life. They can't really get through here. They're going to play out a Ben Beckman. That might not have been the right call, guys. Yeah, okay, pause. Hang on. That was clearly the wrong call. Because what did they just try to do with that Ben Beckman? They tried to get rid of our Parasparrow. Whoopsies. Guys, that 2,000 buff that you get from the leader effect is until the start of your next turn. It's not to the end of your opponent's turn. It's not to the end of your turn. It is until the start of your next turn is the way it's worded on the leader. So understand that, guys. That is, very important. I just thought about this, guys. I forgot to talk about the leader. But hopefully you guys know what Red Yellow Sabo does by now, guys. My apologies. I did forget about that. Okay, so actually, we will just bring that up real quick, guys, because I completely forgot to mention it. Let me move my head out of the way real quickly. This is what the leader does, guys. It's a 5,000 power 4-life leader. Dawn ×1, activate main once per turn. You may add 1 card with a cost of 3 or more and a power of 7,000 or more to the top of your life cards face up, and then give up to one of your characters plus 2,000 power until the start of your next turn. Okay, just make sure everybody understands that. Okay, now back to what we were doing. Now back to where we were. So that was the only game we had there versus or using the Trigger Rush aggro list. But I do think that list will be pretty good going into OP10. Now let's go to the next one here. That was versus Red Green Smoker. Now we got a game versus Green Yellow Law. Okay. So here we go. Speed is on 2x. Volume is off. Speed's on 2x. And here we go, guys. We're gonna pull back the first hand we had. Didn't like that. Nice. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 curve in hand. Let's go. Not exactly great in this game, of course, because, you know, when it comes to a curve, you go by 2 at a time, right? So there's a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 curve or a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 curve. But that's okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in hand. We're going to play out the Nami, and we're going second. Probably not ideal against this matchup. We might have wanted to go first against them just to slow them down, but who knows? Okay, they're going to swing for 5. We're going to take the first hit. Not really a great, again, there you go, guys. No usage from that trigger from Nico Robin. And we're going to 1K counter out of the next one. We'll swing 2 into 2. That card's gone. Guys, as green yellow Trafalgar Law, I do not think it's particularly wise to give up your bodies like that, because I mean, honestly, they just lost a 1K counter for pretty much no reason there. And their character on the board. And in this matchup, you want to recycle those Luffys. So please understand that. Okay, we're going to play out the 4-cost 5K Zoro right on curve. We're loving every minute of this, right, guys? This is really good. They're going to swing in for 7. We're going to take it. We want to get down to 2 life, guys. 2 life is where this deck operates very comfortably with the new 5-cost 6K Sabo, allowing us to draw 2 Trash 1 and block her up, and with our Radical Beams. Okay, we have 2 Radical Beams in the deck. Okay, so we're swinging in for 5. Let's see what they choose to do here. They're going to take that. We're going to swing in for 6. And guess what we're going to do next, guys? I'm not letting him have that Cavendish. It's not happening. We're going to trash that with the Nico Robin. Hey, like I said, even though Nico Robin's trigger was useless as an actual trigger, it's not useless with this Nami, allowing us to trash it to pop a very relevant character. So they're going to swing in for 7. We're just going to take this, guys. We're completely fine just taking this. Okay, let's see what they choose to do now. So right here, I had to actually message them. I think they kind of go AFK behind the keyboard here. I just went forward 30 seconds. I just went forward 30 more seconds, and now we get our turn. Again, I had to message them in the game. I'm like, hey, man, are you done with your turn? They're like, oops, my bad. Hey, it happens, right? All right, watch this, guys. We're going very aggressive here. We're swinging for 6. We attach the Dawn for free to our leader. Now, here we go. Let's see what we choose to do next. I think we're going to put the Nami into our life here. Yeah, we're going to swing for 7 with Nami. And then we're going to push the Nami to life. We're going to buff that card. I should have buffed my Luffy, to be honest, because if he wants to attack into my Zoro, be my guest, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's see what they choose to do. They're going to use some type of effect there. Oh, they had a Basil Hawkins from the trigger, I believe. And now it is their turn. They're up to 9 Dawn, guys. They're up to 9 Dawn, if I'm seeing this correctly. And what are they going to do? They have their work cut out for them. They're in a very tough position here. Because my board is relatively full, right? And notice what I have on the board. These are not small bodies. Okay, they're going to swing in for 6. We're actually going to take this and pop their Cavendish, guys. There goes the Cavendish. Sequencing issue, guys. That was a sequencing issue. They're coming in for 6 more. This is actually kind of scary because I was very, very close to losing the game there, but I had 3K counter in hand. We were fine. All right, we 2K counter out. We got a 2K counter from the last card. And, guys, there is no way my opponent survives here. They cannot play that card out because I have less life than them, and I have 1K counters anyway. It'd have been fine, but it couldn't rush because I had less life than them. We're going to swing for 7, attaching it to the, swinging in here, playing out the Zoro. Guys, there's no way they survive this. Let's pause and just think about this for a second. Okay, we're coming in for 7. Then we're going to push this card back to life with our Sabo and give 2,000 to the 3-cost Zoro we just played, and then that's coming in for 7. Then we're playing out the Luffy, and we're swinging in for, giving our leader plus 2,000, swinging in for 7 more with this guy, and that would be, let me see something. We would need 1 Dawn for our leader, so then we have 2 Dawn for the Luffy, and then we still have 4 Dawn left for the turn. Guys, it would have been, so it would have basically been like 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, or something along those lines, and he has 1 life and 6 cards in hand with no Dawn open, no blockers. It's completely over. He has absolutely no chance in this position, guys. Even if everything in his hands is a 2K counter, it just simply won't be enough. Okay, so here we go. He's going to give us a 2K, and he just messed up. He just did a 2K counter. I'm not sure why. We're going to push that back. We're going to swing in for 7 more. Guys, he literally had 2 bricks in hand, a third one if you count the Zoro that was in his life. He only could have gotten out of 2-1 and then 2-1. He only could have got out of 2 attacks there, guys. I had 5 coming his way. Because remember, guys, it was swing with the Luffy once, then this Zoro, then my leader, and then the Luffy again. And I probably could have just gone more on Nami as well if I needed. Could have gone like 6 on Nami or something. It was brutal, guys. There was no getting out of that one. Good game to my opponent, though. That was a rough matchup there. We saw a very good start. Okay, next up we got a game versus Purple Luffy. And this one, I remember We'll talk about this one towards the end. There were some serious oversights my opponent had in this game. But that's okay. We're going to swing in for 5. They do counter out aggressively, which we can expect. They swing in for 5. We're going to take it. We will pretty much always take, guys, early on for the most part. They play out a Eustace Kid here. They're going to block with it. Okay, well, if you didn't think I was going to go 10 into 6 here, you're wrong. That would have taken 3 cards out of their hand, guys, to save that card. And I play out the Nami here. I get the Nika Robin. Not a great option, but it's an option. They swing in 5 into 3. We take it and draw a card. They're going to draw a card from their life and ramp a Dawn. They have 8 Dawn here. They're going to play out the Luffy. But that's not how that works, guys. Let me explain something real quick. That Onami cannot draw trash a card to draw to, because when you play out the Luffy to play out the Nami, part of the cost of activating that effect is going Dawn -1. So when you pay the Dawn -1, they were at 8, they went down to 7. Then the Onami comes in and checks for the Dawn. Bad news, you're down to 7 now. Now, it's still a blocker, but they didn't get to draw anything from it. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to play out the Nico Robin. They're running Magellan, guys. This is a spicy version of Purple Luffy here. We're going to swing in for 6. They're going to give us a 2K, and it is their turn. Okay, now, I believe this turn they're going to go a bunch of just swing 5, swing 8, and drop down. I believe they're going to drop down a 9 limb, guys. So we do counter out aggressively there. I probably should have countered out aggressively here, but maybe not. But we do take this. We get the Onami there. Or, excuse me, the Nami, but we have no trigger card in hand, guys. We have no trigger cards in our hand. Okay, well, this is all of a sudden a very dangerous position, but we can go pretty aggressive here. We can go pretty aggressively here, guys. We'll swing for 7 with our 5 cost. We still have 4 Dawn left for the turn, and we have a 2 cost Goa Kingdom Luffy in hand. So here we go. We're coming in for 7. What are they going to do? Okay, just waiting for our opponent here to make up a decision. They might block. They might use a 1 cost 4K Gum Giant. They might take it. Yeah, they take it. Very good. I think that was probably the right call. We're going to push that card back. We're going to give +2 to Nami, and we're going to swing for 5. This is going to force the blocker a card from hand or the life. Okay, very good. We're going to play out this Luffy, and we're going to swing for 7 more, and then we're going to swing for 8. Okay, they're going to 2K, 1K. We'll swing it for 8. They're going to take this down to 0, and now it is my opponent's turn. They're going to go 5 into 4. Okay, sure, you got it. That saved me a card. Guys, that was so much value from that Nami there. Unbelievable. 2K, we're going to save this card very aggressively. They're going to go 9 into 6. I think we're going to save it, guys. 2-4. You got it. They're going to play out a Trafalgar Law, and let's see what they search up. They're going to play out, pull out a Zoro Juro to do a search. Play out an Onami. They searched up a Zoro with the Zoro, then trashed it with the Nami to draw 2. Very nice. And guys, this game is not looking good for me. This game is actually not looking very good. If I could have gotten a single trigger, this would have changed everything, where I could pop one of the blockers and maybe potentially gone for lethal. But watch what we have to do here. I have to attach 2 Dawn to that character, but then I kind of mess up some stuff here. I'm going to swing in for 8. I miscalculated on this one. This is just my fault. They have no Dawn active, by the way. They have 0 Dawn is active, but watch this, guys. I can swing 7, 8. Yeah, I think I should go 8. Goodness gracious, guys. I blundered this turn worse than you could ever possibly imagine. I don't know why I did what I did here. I'm going to swing for 7, hoping they don't have it. They have a 2K, 1K. Okay, and now we're going in for 9, attaching that. That was a total miscalculation there. I should have had 8s across the board, I believe. It should have probably been 8, 8, 9, I believe is what it should have been if I had done that properly. But we goofed, guys. We messed it up. And yeah, so right there, I also think I messed up because I think I should have gave them a 1K counter there and said, like, all right, how greedy do you want to go here? Because I still have a 2K, and I have 2 1Ks and a 2K in hand. So I could have gone 1K to get out of that 8K attack there. Then when they swing in for 9 with Linlin, I could 2K to get out of that, and I still have a 1K. What do they want to do? They still have to play a blocker this turn, guys. They still have to try to play a blocker. But watch this. My opponent, they swing in for 8 here. We're going to take it. And then they swing in for 11. They pass immediately because look what they did. They just realized, oh, whoops, I don't have a blocker. I don't have any life. And I have double Gum Giant in hand. I just attached 2 to my leader. Guys, we take those wins when we can get them. And it was not over yet, by the way. Like, I mean, I still had the chance to try to stabilize here as well, guys, because I did have a blocker. I probably could have popped something on the board. I don't know. I don't think I could have gone. I maybe could have tried to go for lethal. Let's see what that would have looked like. He can go 4, 8, just right here. He can go 8. That puts him at 13. Trashing this card, 14. Well, who knows? He might have actually just lost to a 15, guys. A 15K attack might have actually got him there, even with the double Gum Giants. depending on what his next card was. Because he had 4, 8, and he has to trash 2 cards to do that. So he would trash a 1K counter. Well, no, he probably would have got to it after that. Excuse me, I messed it up there. Because it would have been Gum Gum Giant, trash this. He would have got a brick and something else. And then Gum Gum Giant, trash one of those, trash this brick and get 2 more cards. So he probably would have gotten out of it. But again, at the same time, guys, it wasn't completely over for me. I probably could have... I don't know, guys. It's hard to say. It might have been over for me there because I should have... What I was going to say at the end of this turn is I think I got a little too greedy here. So right here, watch this. So they attack in. Okay, just waiting for my opponent here. We're in 2x speed still. Okay, right here. When they swung for 7 this time, I think I should... Or no, that's for 8, actually. So I don't know. Maybe I should have gotten out of the 7K. But either way, they passed. They blundered that. GG to my opponent. They should have had that one, but they miscalculated there a little bit. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, next up, we have a game versus Green Purple Luffy. That's right, guys. Green Purple Luffy is kind of the new flavor of the month, right? This is seeing you know, a lot of play right now. We're going to go second against them. I prefer going second with this deck. For those who might be wondering, I do prefer going second. We get a Nico Robin, no trigger effect as usual, as per usual, unfortunately. Almost swung for 6 there, and that would have been a mistake, guys. Why would it have been a mistake for me to swing for 6? I'm trying to hammer this home to everybody who listens, guys. That Zoro on my opponent's side of the board is a 3 cost, 4,000 power, 1K counter, when attacking character that has, if you have 3 or less life cards, Ramp a Dawn as active. They have 4 life cards. So if I attack in, they would gladly take that, going down to 3 and ramping Dawn. We're not going to give them that luxury. We're not going to give them that opportunity. We're going to take it. They use a Going Merry and another one to draw 2 cards. They just cycled through 2 cards. Seems good. They're going to swing in for 5 here. I think we should probably counter out of this. There's no reason to get greedy here, in my opinion. I do 2K counter out because I want to save the Nico Robin to trash a life card here. Let's see what happens. We can swing 5, swing 6, Nico Robin here. I don't think we're really concerned about these characters on their board. I don't think we're very concerned. We're going to swing for 5. They take it. Now we're going to swing for 6 and force a 2. Well, excuse me. Yeah, use the Nico Robin first, then swing for 6, just in case they took it. That would have been scary. I guess I could have played out the Luffy afterwards, so we wouldn't have got punished too badly. Okay, they're going to play out Luffy, though. The 6 cost 7K Luffy here. They're going to stand up the card, taking a life, swinging in for 7. We'll take it. Let's see if they want to swing again. They're going to Dawn -2 with their leader effect to go +1 on the leader. Swinging in for 5. This is what Green Purple Luffy does, guys. That's a 6,000 power leader on their turn now. Or on their turn and on ours. They're going to swing in for 7. We'll probably take this one. I think we can take this and be fine. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Because this turn, guys, yeah, we might go for lethal here. Wink, wink, believe it or not. Even if they have Gum Gum Giant, that's fine with us, right? Nice. We top-decked the exact card we wanted. That's always nice when that happens. So now we get to swing 7. I think everything's going face, guys. 7 at face here. 7 into 6. They're going to give us a 2K. Okay. We will push that card to life. We will now play out the Luffy again and swing for 7 again. Yeah, 7. I like 7 here. I could have gone 8, 9. Could have been 6, 8, 9. But I think going 7 here, forcing the 2K counters and multiple 1Ks is the way to go. They take that hit, guys. Now we're going to go in for 8. This should hit a Gum Gum Giant here. More than likely if they have one. Or 2K, 1K. Maybe they don't have a Gum. They do have a Gum Gum Giant. They're down to 3 Dawn. Even though they have these ways to ramp Dawn, guys, it doesn't matter too much. They're going to go 2K and 1K. And here we go. They're down to 3 Dawn. Like I said, they'll go up to 5. Remember, guys, we have a 7,000 power leader. That's not a 5,000 power leader. So now none of their characters can even attack into us to try to deal lethal, right? They're going to swing for 4 there to ramp a Dawn. We'll take it. It won't do anything. They will play out the stage to rest a Dawn so they can actually use the leader's effect here efficiently. Okay. I think they also need to swing with Frankie. In this position right here, guys, I think they need to swing with the Frankie. Okay, they play out a Nami. That will also do it. They do search up a Nico Robin. They're going to swing in for 4. They're going to swing for 9. We're going to take this, guys. We're going to take this and bait them into attacking into us. Yeah, please attack into us. Let's see what they choose to do here. They use the Monkey D. Luffy leader effect to ramp a Dawn as active because they only had 3 Dawn. So they return 2. They can only stand 1 as active. Well, we're going to 2K, 1K. And that is game, guys. There's pretty much, and they're going to swing in for 7, well, 2K, and GG. They did not have another Gum Gum Giant, and they got rid of all the Dawn they needed to play Nico Robin as a blocker. But would it have even mattered, guys? I don't think so, because I have a Zoro in hand. So we would be going, okay, drop down the Zoro, 7s, 8s, 7s, and 8s all day, guys. 7s, 8s, and 9s all day. Good game to my opponent, though. That was a tough one there. They should have played a little more defensively, in my opinion. All right, next up, we got a match that of Green Yellow Arlong here, and this is not a defensive deck here, right? Green Yellow Arlong, very aggressive. We're gonna go first though. We took first from him. That's halfway to winning the battle right there, right? Take first away when you can from Green Yellow Arlong, guys, always. Excuse me. So we're gonna swing in for 5. We're gonna slam down the Sanji and pass. They did not get a trigger. We'll take it. They swing in for 8. We're just gonna take this. They play out a Cracker. We get the Luffy there, and let's see what happens here. Let's see what we do here. I like filling out the board. So let's see what happens. Gonna play out the Nami, probably grab a 2K counter, and it's a blocker as well. Now we can swing 5, swing 6, drop down a blocker. Okay. Yeah, play, oh, excuse me. Do not swing 6. I like that a little bit better, guys. After I forgot that I did that. Now what we're saying is you're gonna have to attack into my life, buddy. He swings in for 6, not with double attack because we have the same life. I'm probably gonna take it. Probably gonna take this hit here. I get a Nami, very nice, trashing the Rad Beam to pop his Charlotte Cracker. He's gonna swing in for 9, play out a Kikanojo, and then we can block this and just let that card go. So that basically worked as a 2K. My Chopper worked as like a 5K counter. Okay, now we do need to probably get a little aggressive here. Let's see what we can muster up. We do have some more blockers. We have Zoro. We have 7 Dawn, which is, we're about 1 Dawn short from doing something crazy with like Zoro plus Chopper, but that's okay. Okay, we're going to swing in for 7. Now watch this new interaction, guys. Hey, pay close attention. Boom. Look at that new interaction we just did. So for a 1 Dawn investment on the Sanji, we swing in for 7. We swung in for 7 with our leader as well. In this case, we had 4 Dawn left. Play out the Chopper, push the Sanji back, and now we have an 8,000 power blocker on their turn. That is a nice interaction, guys. I know it might not seem like much, and I know people are like, yeah, hey, Dofi's just going to bounce that card out of the way, or Black's just going to remove it with something. We just got a free block there. He's going to swing in for 7, but I think he is going to hit us with something pretty decent here. Yeah, Krieg. He's going to trash Dureshi from hand, and he's going to play out Krieg to take out our big blocker, unfortunately. But it still worked as a 2K counter in the end, and they had a trash card to get rid of it, so we'll take it. We're down to 2 life, but guys, I think we're in a commanding position in this game still. As long as we can stop that Krieg from hitting us here, I think we're in a very good position. Now watch this. You know what? Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, right, guys? Here we go. We're going to go in for 7 here. They do get a blocker. Seems good. Not bad. Not bad getting a blocker there, I must admit. But here we go. So now I have to distribute things a little bit differently and go a little bit wider on the board. So watch what we do here. We're going to pull back the Luffy to life, +2 to one of these Namis. Doesn't matter which one. They're the same, right? Okay. And now we're going to use this effect here. Watch this, guys. We're going to swing for 6 and then give the Nami a Dawn so we can get 2 6K attacks off here. So swing in for 6, giving Nami a Dawn. Swing in for 6 more. Yep, giving her the Dawn there. And we've taken a 2K counter. They play out a Frankie. That was very dangerous. That's going to cost them a blocker, guys. Playing out that Frankie was dangerous, I have to say. Now, what are they going to do? What are they going to do, guys? Well, we can just counter out of this, right? We can just counter out of this one. 2K, 1K. Now, watch this, though. Stands him up with Django. Very nice. And then they swing and we take it. We're not going to use the 2K counter. As tempting as it is to use that Frankie, guys. No, we're not. They're going to swing it for 9. We got the 2K, 1K, and 5 and a 4. Sure, that's going to be game. Good game to my opponent there. You guys can see how there's a decent amount of defense in this deck when we can get to 7,000 power. That's why we're running those 2 cost go Luffys. They're actually very useful. Next up, we got a game versus Red Purple Kid. This game was quite the banger here. So volume is off, speed is on 2x, and here we go. Red Purple Kid is one of those decks, guys, that it's actually a sleeper. It's a very strong deck, guys. It's very strong. Okay, let's see what happens here. We're going to search. We're going first. We play out Nami. We do a top search there, and guys, we don't really have we don't have any turn 2 play. So we're going to swing in for 5 with Nami, getting a card out of hand. Swing for 5 with our leader, getting a card from life. That's one of the highest value starts you can get in the game right now, guys. There's not many higher value starts you can get. Because watch this. I mentioned this before, and this is something I want to talk about eventually. But guys, doing that play right there, you play out the 1-cost searcher. That draws you a card. Then you swing in for 5 with it. That costs them a card or a life. And then they swing into it, saving you another card. I mean, it's hard to beat that value, guys, as far as like just card per card value goes. Okay, we're going to swing in for 6. They play it out in Onami just as a blocker. That feels terrible, guys, when you don't get the effect of that card. They're going to play out a Eustace Kid here. They're going to, probably swing for 7, 8. They'll swing for 6 plus 2 is 8, getting a Dawn back for Rad Beam, potentially if they have something like that, or maybe Divine Departure. Who knows what they're running. But guys, we're just going to bring the heat here. We're going to attach a Dawn there. We're going to swing for 7, maybe 6, 7, 6, 7, or something like that. They're going to counter out there. Looks like we might go 6 into face still. Yeah, because they're just going to use the Onami no matter where we swung at. Okay? No matter where we swing there, they were going to use Onami. So we are going to play out the Nami here and do a search. We got a 2K counter. They hit us with a Trafalgar Law. Seems pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That card has always been good, right? That 4-cost Law, very strong card. They're going to swing for 6. They attach a Dawn to their leader, so we're going to 2K counter out of that. They're going to swing in for 8 at our Zoro. There's an idea to just let it go, guys, and we can play out the Luffy. But should we do that? I don't think so. I think we're in too commanding of a position to give that card up. We're not going to do that. And I like that. I do like that decision, even looking back. Because watch this, guys. We're going to play out the Luffy. And here we go. This card's going in for 7 minimum, right? Okay, go for 7 there. Attaching a Dawn. We'll see what they choose to do. So they're going to have to give me a 2K counter here or a blocker or a double 1K. They give me a double 1K. I've got horrible news for them, guys. This card is not going to survive. It's not going to survive. So there is that. We're going to play out the Zoro a little bit cheaper so that way we can get more value from our Dawn here. Now watch this. We're going to go swing 5, and then I'm daring him to use one of his blockers here because I will swing into the blocker. Right, so right here, if he swings in, or he should block with the Eustace Kid, and then I can attack into it, and he can use it that way. So he's swinging for 8. He uses the Trafalgar Law, because if they had blocked with the Eustace Captain Kid, then I could swing 8 into the Kid, and they can just block with it like they did anyway. So it would have saved him 1 card. Okay, they're going to load, guys. I'm at 4 life. I'm not at jeopardy of losing like how it happens sometimes with this deck. They're going to swing 7 into 5. You got it, buddy. And we're going to drop down another Luffy. And we have another Luffy on top of our life. Okay, they get, yep, you got my Zoro. But what are you going to do to survive here? The answer is they're going to just hit concede. So there's nothing more they can do in this situation, guys. It's just simply too big of a deficit. They can't crawl out of this. Because, of course, I'm just going to keep eating their board, guys, and gaining life. And I'm at a very comfortable position. So, and we also had a blocker Sanji drawing 2 and trashing 1. Actually, it wouldn't because we had too much life. But you guys get the point. We still had some other plays. Okay, we got 2 more games, guys. Next game here is against Blue-Black Usopp. Okay, speed 2x, and here we go. Blue-Black Usopp, guys. This is a very strong leader. Let me tell you right now. So this is a very good showing for the deck if we can pull this off. So we're going to take the hit. We get a Nami. They're going to play out a Bartolome. I'm still swinging for 5. I'm still going to swing for 5, guys. You know, you still have to put some pressure on. We're going to play out the Zoro here because it says, hey, if you want to KO this character, be my guest. Okay, cool. He did. So now we get to cheat out the Sanji. That was beautiful, guys, for us. That was absolutely perfect. Taking that 5K was a little bit greedy. I'm not going to lie. But watch what it lets us do. We're going to swing for 5. That gives us a 2K. We'll swing for 6. They take that. We play out the Sanji to draw 2, trash 1 since we're at 2 or less life. And we'll trash one of the Namis here. We'll play the other one. We'll fix our hand a little bit. I like getting that Sanji. That's fine. That should be good. They're going to play out the Kairos, pushing the card back to hand, swinging into our Sanji. We draw a card from that. They swing in for 5. We 2K. They swing in for 6. We 2K. Or they swung in for 5. I think we 1K. And then they swung in for 6. We 2K. Okay, well, that Kairos is pretty much sticking, guys, because I don't run any any power reduction in the current form of this deck. Who knows? Maybe we need to add in some Fire Fist or something. I don't think it'd be a bad call. They're going to 2K to get out of that attack, and I don't think that was the right call, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Unless they want to try to go for lethal here, but I have a blocker, right? I have a blocker. 2K counter out. 2K, okay. 2K counter. You got it. They're going to swing in for 10. We'll just take this. Okay, we did get a trigger, and I do like that. I think we should go ahead and trash the one of these cards in our hand to pop this Zoro, and we do that. They play out Trafalgar Law. We have to trash another card. Unfortunate. Very annoying. I end up trashing the Nico Robin because we're not trying to rush their life down at this point, even though I think it would have been a good call. Looking back, guys, I think that would have been a slightly better call. But watch this, guys. We're not even going to go for the board. I'm going 7 at face here. Watch this. Push this card to life. Could make an 8,000 power blocker with that Sanji potentially, but I think we're going to get way more aggressive here. We'll go in for 6 here because they have a the Law on the board. They give me a 2K. Play out the Luffy. We're a 7,000 power leader now. Swing in for 7. Attach it on there. They give me a blocker. I'm swinging in for 10 now. Or excuse me, for 8 now with my leader. And remember, guys, I'm a 7,000 power leader now, just like how blue, yellow, ace, and black, yellow Luffy go to. You know, black, yellow Luffy goes up to 9, but you know what I mean. Okay, they do a Leo search. They searched up a Cavendish and something else, and then they trash the Cavendish with it, with the second part of the Leo effect. They swing into my Luffy there. They swing in for 7. We're not going to let him have this, obviously. Or do we? Okay, I don't know why we would do that. I don't know why we wouldn't just counter out of the 7K and then just get out of this one. That was just strange to me, guys, because they have no Dawn left or anything. Just odd, just simply peculiar. But hey, hindsight's 20/20, guys. That's why it's good to, guys. That's why it's really good to watch your own videos to see how things went and see if you can improve on them. Okay, we swing it for 7. They take it. They get a Gravity Blade, but we got 2 Namis on the board. So let's see what happens here. We're going to push this card back to the top of our life, give plus 2,000 to Nami, and I'm like, all right, well, every one of these is either going to get a blocker out of your hand or a counter, so swing in for 5. Do we have it, guys? Play out Luffy, swing for 6. Swing for 8. GG, they only had a 1K left, guys. They couldn't quite get out of it, I guess. Whatever the situation is there, I don't know if they messed up on the math or what, but I'm trying to see how they should have done this. Hang on, let's go back real quick. So they have Rebecca in hand, right? So let's see what this would have looked like. So right here, we swing in for 5. Again, you know, they give us a 1K counter. We play out the Luffy. We swing in for 6. And he blocks. Oh, he drew a card from that, right? Is that what just happened? Hang on. Okay, so he drew the last 1K counter from that block. He only had a single 1K counter in hand. Good game to my opponent. That was a fun one. All right, let's keep going. We got one more left, guys. We got one more game left. All right, this one's just a fun one versus Purple Black King. Okay. Volume's off, speed's on 2x, and here we go, guys. Getting that Nami. Guys, it is so nice getting a turn 1 searcher down. I'm used to playing all kinds of different janky versions of Sabo, but it's why I always liked the Revo Army version of Red Yellow Sabo and the Goa Kingdom version. You get that turn 1 play. Just getting the turn 1 searcher potential and then going from there, getting a card on the board and just going about things that way. And in this deck, guys, that's like a 1-cost 4,000 power searcher because we can buff it with our leader effect very easily, very, you know, not just easily, but also frequently. So they're going to swing in for 7. We'll probably just take this. Sure thing. They're going to Dawn -2. They're going to pop my Zoro. I'm going to cheat out a Luffy. And yeah, we're off to the races here. Okay, what are we going to do from here, though? We play out a Sanji. I like taking life very aggressively in this deck, guys, so I can get my Radical Beams and my Sanjis online, like, instantly, right? Just right away. Swing in for 6. Swing in for 7. We're going to push this card back, and we've got an 8,000 power blocker on the board now, guys. 8,000 power. We have a Luffy on top of our life. We don't have the 2-cost Luffy right now, but that's okay. That means we can just take the life aggressively now, right? Okay, let's see what they end up doing here. Let's see what they choose to do. They're going to play out a Eustace Kid. That's always good in any purple deck. They're going to swing for 7. We just get a free block on a 7K right there. And they're going to Dawn -2, pop my Nami. Sure, that's fine with me. And then they're going to swing in for 6, and we'll actually take this. We can easily counter out, but we want the Luffy back. We didn't have the 2-cost Luffy yet, right? Okay, let's see what we choose to do now. We'll probably swing 7 into 5. Or 7 into face. Yeah, I was going to say 7 into the character seems like the right play. Then they let their guy go, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. If you're letting your guy go, are you about to crack the board next turn with something? Like, is he about to use, like, a Kaido, a 9-cost Kaido or something? We're going in for 8, guys. They get a Gum Gum Jet Gatling. Okay, I'm going in for 8 more because I just have a feeling my Sanji's not going to survive next turn. And there you go, right? So, excuse me, normally I'd sit behind an AK blocker and be happy about it, but against any deck that's running some form of black in there, yeah, we're just going to let that card go. Okay, we still don't have the 2-cost Goa Kingdom Luffy, unfortunately, so that's a little bit rough. But what we are going to do is we're going to swing in for 7 with Banish. This should force their counter, double 2K counter to get out of that. Very nice. Now we play out double Sanji. And guys, our board is actually stacked right now. Our board is extremely wide. Anything they KO, well, that's unfortunate. They can push a card to the top of our life where we don't get the draw card effect. But I was going to say, if they pop one of our Sanjis, we get to draw a card from it. They're going to swing for 5 here, guys. I think we should get out of the 5K, to be honest, because they're going to be coming in for more. Yeah, we get out of the 5K every time. Getting out of the 6 is probably not the worst idea ever, because he's probably going to swing with the Kuzan. Yes, he is. He's going to swing with Kuzan. That's fine. And, guys, so pause. You know, my opponent looks, like, relatively safe here, right? My opponent looks relatively safe here. Are they, though? Are they? Are they safe, guys? About to find out. If I had a 2-cost Luffy, by the way, the Goa Kingdom Luffy. All right, here we go. So we're going to do, this leader now has Banish. We're going to swing for 6, because remember, I saw they had 2K counters. I saw them use 2K counters last turn, guys. I'm swinging for 7, and I'm swinging for 7. Here we go. That should be game, yeah. So, guys, I knew they didn't have any more counter power because they got out of that last attack. It was a 7K attack with Banish. I think it was last turn, right? Yeah, it was a 7K attack with Banish. They did a 2K to get out of it. So that's why I felt very comfortable swinging for 6 with Banish, because they'd have to give me 2 1Ks more than likely, unless they got very lucky and drew a 2K and gone from there. So, good game to my opponent there. We had to read him a little bit to finish that one out right on time, or else it could have been pretty ugly. They could have gone pretty tall. So this is the list, guys. I'm a big fan of it. I will say this. Let me bring up all the trigger cards real quick for red and yellow. One thing I would really like to see is some kind of replacement potentially for this card. I think we used it one time. I think we used Nico Robin one time, guys. It's not that it's a bad card. It's just that it just doesn't really work for what we're trying to do. I think going forward, the immediate change to the list will be down -1 Nico Robin and going up 1 Onami. This one. Because that Banish at the very end there was actually pretty nice, right? I do like still having 2 Nico Robins. I think that's still good because we do have... So then we basically have 6 ways to deal with our opponent's life, like with Banish, or ways to pop life if they have 3 or more. So I do think the Onami and the Nico Robin are still very good at this ratio here. I think this is pretty nice. What else? Unfortunately, we just didn't even see this card in action, and I haven't really gotten it off very often, but it's good to still have this kind of card in your deck. I think it offers a lot of utility. Some other cards we should probably consider going up is I would like to go up to maybe a 4th Monkey D. Luffy. But what do we put in the place of this? What do we take out for this card? Maybe we take out a single Zoro. Maybe we run a single Zoro in this list and then go up one of these Luffys. Or we could take out both Zoros and go up a Luffy and a 2-cost yellow Luffy and the 5-cost unblockable Luffy. There is an argument for that, guys, because typically speaking, our turn 1 play is we want it to be Nami most of the time, and then our turn 2 play, we're going to want to swing in with the Nami and get value from that, or drop down the Sanji, one of those. And if we're going second, we want our turn 2 play to be Zoro, or the same thing we just said, but swinging 5 and 6 with what we had on the board. So yeah, I think we might, looking forward, we might drop this down, drop down the Zoros, and go up the 5-cost red, this Luffy, right? This Luffy right here. There we go. And then going down, or going up one more of the 2-cost yellow Luffys, this one right here. This might be the way to go. And I'm going to move the leader now because now it does fit nicely on two rows here. I think there might be something here, guys. I think there might be something to what we're seeing on the screen here. We actually have a lot of ways to get around being KO'd, right? So like our Zoro will allow us to cheat down one of these bigger Luffy cards. This Sanji lets us draw cards, so we're not too upset about getting KO'd here. But other than that, yeah, it could be better. Sure, it could be better, but that's all we have access to right now, honestly. What else? There was a time where we did not have enough trigger here to actually get off, the activation effect of Nami. So it would be nice for us to go up some type of trigger. Let me type in Straw Hat. What else could we run? We can't really run that because your leader has to be Egghead to get these effects off. Maybe this card? Guys, maybe we include this card. I don't know. because that does allow for some other shenanigans, some real tomfoolery. Because there could be a world in which we just play out this Luffy and don't activate it, and we go down to 2 life on our opponent's turn when they attack into us. Say we're down to 2 life where we can activate this effect. If this card somehow survives, like we're saying, I guess we could swing for 7 with it, and then attach, attach the Dawn to swing for 7, push it into life, and then replay it with our Luffy here, and then pop a card and draw a card from it, and now we're a 7,000 power leader, or just push it into life and just keep it there, and now it's a trigger. Maybe there's some potential here with this card. There's definitely some potential there, but I'm not in love with that. I will say right now, guys, I'm not absolutely in love with that idea. Maybe we need to look at more events, guys, like this new Gum Gum Mole Gun. This is a 4 cost. The trigger activates the main, so listen to what the main is. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 5,000 power during this turn, and then if you have a character with 6,000 power or more, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a power of 2,000 or less. So this is a card that can pop 7,000 power characters before they get their chance to swing or do anything good, like the new Smoker, right? The new green 5-cost Smoker, and other cards like that. Or we can, like, minus 5,000 to a big character, like a 9,000 power character, put him at 4, and then pop a 2,000 power character, right? Like a 2,000 power less, like blocker or something, something like Onami or something. So this is definitely a card I think we should consider going forward for sure. Maybe we do take out the two Zoros we had. Maybe we drop down, so minus the 2 Zoros, and maybe we go up 2 of the Gum Gum Mole Gun. Could be good. This card, Gum Gum Dawn Whip, is give up to one of your leaders or characters plus 1,000 for the turn. That's for the turn, but it is a activate main. And then up to one of your opponent's characters with a power of 4,000 or less cannot activate blocker. I'm not really a huge fan of that. Trigger can pop a 4,000 or less. Gum Gum Kong Gatling can pop a 7,000 power or less. That's okay. It's not too bad. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Tell me what y'all think in the comments section below. I don't want to brainstorm on it too much right now. We are approaching about 1 hour on the video. But guys, let me just say this. So now, just to another decent one, by the way, is this chopper. There's always room for consideration for this chopper. It's a very, very powerful effect. They're very useful. All right, so now, moving forward with Red Yellow Sabo, we do have to talk about this, guys. I do think that the leader is struggling, okay? Let me just load the deck in that we were seeing. I do think this leader is struggling going into OP10. We're starting to experience more and more power creep, and guys, looking at OP11, it looks even crazier. But who knows? Maybe we can get some more support to catch us back up. It looks rough. But I think our best bet is to use these more aggressive or low to the ground decks, like the Trigger Rush Aggro version. I think this version we're looking at right now is very good as well, because it's very low to the ground, guys. My most expensive card is 6 Dawn, and it's a card we were already talking about taking out of the deck. So this is a very low to the ground aggressive list. Revo Army might still be okay once we make a few revisions to the list. Like I was trying that list out, and I was not doing very well with it, because honestly, guys, I don't think anything Revo Army has is as good as like this Rush Luffy, combined with this Goa stuff, and this is searchable with the Nami. Excuse me, this Zoro is just incredibly high value. This Sanji is incredible. We're getting Banish built in. We have removal, unblockable. And guys, these 2 new cards from OP10, right? These 2 new cards from OP10 are just insane. 3 cost 6,000 power characters that draw cards on KO. 4 cost 7,000 power blockers, or 4 cost 6,000 power blockers. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's hard to justify going Revo Army right now when we just have a package that's just a little bit better, in my opinion, at least in my personal opinion. You guys tell me what y'all think about that. So out of all the old versions we used to run, I think Trigger Rush Aggro is still going to stick around and do just fine, with very minimal changes, though, so it doesn't really change too much, because we didn't see much new trigger support from the new, from OP10, right? The new OP10, let me see something, guys, if we just type in OP10. Look at this. We got no good triggers. We got no new good triggers, guys. Okay, this one's decent. It's a 3 cost 5k rusher, but it's very situational, and you do have to trash a card. And excuse me, we can't even run this one for the trigger because your leader has to be Supernova type. So we didn't get anything from yellow from triggers. This Basil Hawkins is a good card, and we did get this from. This is the best card I think we actually got from OP10, but it's not a trigger body. It's a draw 2 trash 1 trigger, which is not bad, but it's also not great for what we're trying to achieve, right? This Heat and Wire card is actually pretty good, to be honest, because it can tap down characters with a cost equal to or less than the total of you and your opponent's life. That one's not bad, but it is a situational trigger, and it's a pretty small body on there. And then we also have this Eustace Kid, and that starts moving the deck into a totally different direction. Who knows, in the future, maybe we can use more life burn in Red Yellow Sabo, and I thought that was going to be very good with the Nico Robin and this card. But here's the bottom line, guys. If you're not fighting for the board, you're basically fighting an uphill battle. That's just, it is what it is, guys. That's just how it is. So yeah, excuse me. So that's about it, I think, for the Trigger Rush Aggro. I think they're going to be fine, even though they didn't get much more trigger support. Maybe this one would be decent to add. This is a 4-cost, 5,000 power, 1K counter trigger. If your leader's Revo Army and you and your opponent have 5 or less life cards altogether, you can play this out from the trigger for free. And then it has a Dawn ×1 when attacking. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than the total of your and your opponent's life cards. This card is okay, but this is not like the missing piece that we needed for the Revo Army package. So the Revo Army package, I think, is kind of struggling. I think the Trigger Rush Aggro version is going to be fine. I think this version is actually going to be pretty solid in OP10. I don't think it's too bad, and we still have room for improvement. But other than that, guys, the hybrid version that was like 70 to 90% Revo Army with a little bit of control built in. Tell me how you guys are doing with it. I couldn't get it to work. And then the full-on control version. Absolutely not, guys. It was not working for me, but maybe someone has a better list I need to try out. Maybe I'm trying to approach it from the wrong way. I'm always open to learn, guys. I'm always open to figure out something new or to try something new that you guys figured out. So please tell me how things are going in the comment section below for you guys when it comes to Red Yellow Sabo in OP10. OP09, we already did a bunch of research on. We already did a lot of really good stuff on that. I really want to know how you guys are doing with this leader in OP10. So yeah, because guys, I'm starting to feel like it might be time for a new arc. I did mention this before, right? I think I mentioned it in today's video, and I mentioned it in last night's video, in last night's stream where we went over Red Yellow Sabo. I'm starting to feel like it might be time for a new arc soon. Hey, we had a lot of fun with this leader, and it's still going to be a good leader that I will revisit and have fun with, but it might also be time to try something new on the channel, and I'm heavily leaning into Green Yellow Law. We'll see what happens. I'm not giving up on Sabo. You know, in the stream, people keep messing with me talking about like, oh, someone was saying like, oh, this is like the Toy Story meme, right? Where it's like, you know, I don't want to play with you anymore. Remember when Woody has that terrible dream? I don't know who all's seen Toy Story. I know I'm an old man, but it's like, anyway, it was pretty funny. Let me just say that. Inside joke, horrible execution there on my part. But the gist of the joke is, oh, okay, so now you're done with Sabo, huh? Time to move on to the next best thing. You're just leaving Sabo behind. It's like, no, it's not like that, guys. It's not like that. I haven't left Black Yellow Linlin behind, okay? So don't be upset. We're still playing that on occasion, and we'll still be playing Red Yellow Sabo on occasion as well. Probably a lot more than I play Black Yellow Linlin. Black Yellow Linlin, but we might be picking up a new project here soon for the channel. Okay? All right, that's it, guys. I'm done. Tell me what y'all think. Oh, one more version I do want to mention is the Goa Kingdom version. I tried it, guys, and I just think it's missing something. I think it's missing stability. Like this Straw Hat list has more stability. Like we're playing out these, you know, searchers. We're playing out other bodies that have like insurance on them, like this Zoro and this Sanji. If they KO this, I draw a card. If you KO this, I get a body. So I'm getting to play around certain removal effects, and it's pretty nice. So yeah, I'll say that. One last thing to say about it was, you know, with the Goa Kingdom version, I thought it was going to be incredible with Luffy, but the truth is, yes, this Luffy is just good, period. So let's capitalize on it in a Straw Hat deck with a few other cards that can benefit it. So yeah, all right, now we're done. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Hang on one second. Let me adjust this. There we go. We got the outro page worked out now, guys. So yeah, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I just want to say a big shout out. Thank you to everybody who's liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing to help out the channel. Thank you to everybody who supported me through Patreon, PayPal, donations, playmats, YouTube memberships, and the Discord community. Thank you guys so much. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed. Really curious to see what y'all have to say. Am I the only one who feels this way, guys, about Red Yellow Sabo? Please tell me I'm not the only one who feels like that about Red Yellow Sabo. It makes me look like the bad guy here, and I'm not trying to be like that. I hope that Red Yellow Sabo gets tons of support in the future so I can go back to Red Yellow Sabo and have fun and build new cool stuff. Okay, but we're not giving up on it. Don't worry. You know, but we are going to... I also want to be able to try new leaders out on the channel. That's the truth of it, guys. I've been playing Red Yellow Sabo for about a year now. Let's try something new, right? And we'll still catch up on Red Yellow Sabo as well in the meantime. Okay. Have to make sure, you know, some people don't like goodbyes, right? We had to really stretch this one out. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. This is hard for me, too. I'm going through this, too, guys. I'm going through this, too. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time. Peace.